Do you need help selecting your educational course in Canada? Can't figure out what suits you better? Can't figure out which course gets you a work permit or not? Watch this video till the end. I will be covering 4 important points which will help you lock down your course.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel Varun in Canada, where I help you make better decisions by providing you tips, hacks and information about life in Canada. I will be walking you through my 5-year journey in Canada from being a student, transitioning to work life and then to getting my permanent residency. I am putting all of that information in one place so you can save some time and efforts. Alright, let's get right into it. The first point is about the course that you will select. Now in this selection, there are a few details that you need to be thinking about. The first one is the course that you selected related to the degree that you had done before? It has to be related, the field has to be quite similar. Because one of the requirements of the student visa is that if your course is not relevant and not similar to the one which you had before, there is a higher chance of rejection because they don't see the connection between your new course and your previous course. Now there is a way around it. What you can do is, if you had a degree, something similar to a business management degree, there are multiple subjects in that course. And there is a higher chance you can get a student visa approved for a course when it is only related to one subject of your bachelor's degree or the previous degree that you did. So for example, business management, there can be just one course in marketing throughout the 3 or 4 years, but you can then definitely select a core marketing program and your visa should get a better chance of getting approved. The second detail that I would like to focus on is exploring university and colleges. So what I mean by that is when you are going to be selecting or browsing through the universities and colleges, what you need to be keeping in mind is not just the rankings of the college and university. Now I know it is quite important for you to think about what ranking, what level is this college or university at. It is a bit important, but not as important as you would think. When you actually step out of your education and apply to interviews, there is a high chance they are not going to be focusing so much on which university or college you got the degree from, but they would be more focusing on your experience, your skills, and what you have learned and picked up on the way. So you might want to go for a better ranking university or college, but I would suggest the better way to do is think about syllabus rather than rankings. Because there are chances you might get a good course in a university or a college with great ranking, but that syllabus doesn't really serve exactly what you are aiming for. What I mean by that is, after your education, if you have a job or a position in mind, you need to go through the details of that job, read the description of the job, read the skills required for that job, and then you can go back to the course, read through the syllabus, and make a checklist of how many skills are covered under this course. There is a possibility you might get all the points covered in a course after you read the syllabus, maybe in a different college or university, which might maybe have a lower ranking than the one you saw. But again, when you go for job interviews, they are more focused on experience rather than rankings. Third detail in selecting a course, a college or university is, now this is my personal opinion and this is what I've seen in the last few years that I've been here. Location. Location matters a lot. Where is the college? Where is the university? What city are you in? Because it's not just the college or university that you are going to. You'll also be going to that city, to that location, and you need to think about how it's going to impact your life once you come over here and start living, being a student, full-time student, and also trying to juggle a lot of things other than college and university in your life, which is part-time job, which is travel, which is also convenience of what you need in those 2 or 3 years. On the same point, I would also say there are a few instances where the university or the college, the good ones, are actually in small towns. Now you might think, is that a good situation? Should I choose that? Think about it again, because if a good university or college is in a small town, you might end up getting good education, but you might have difficulty getting part-time jobs, because the smaller the city, the less amount of opportunity there is for part-time jobs for students. But in case you come to a bigger city, for example, Toronto, you might be able to choose in variety of colleges and universities, and you will also get better opportunity of getting a part-time job as a student. I'm going to be adding a few links down in the description which can help you browse through certain courses and what colleges and universities are offering those courses. Now these websites, they are pretty well known. If you don't know them, you might want to start using them because they offer really good details and data on what course and university you should be looking out for. If this content is helping you make better decisions, please smash that like button, share and subscribe so I can build something bigger because I have way more knowledge to share. Moving on to the third and the fourth point. Now let me stop you right there. The fourth point, the last point in this video, is one of the most important points that people miss out on, and people have selected their courses, their colleges, came to Canada and then later figured out they made a huge blunder, and because of that problem they had to go back or they had to do another course, which is again not at all favorable because let's just face it, if we had so much money to throw away, why would we even need to leave our country? I'm gonna take the third point first, obviously. The third point is quite important, which is PGWP. What that means is Postgraduate Work Permit. So this is one of the most important points that all students want information about. Post-graduation work permit is basically the work permit you get from the government of Canada to work in Canada after your education is done. Now there are a few eligibility criteria to get that work permit. I will go through the most important ones because you need to consider them when you select the course and the college. One of the most important things that you do need to consider is the length of the course, the length of the PGWP that you're going to receive afterwards. There is a bit of confusion in this scenario, and let me just clarify it so it will help you in making good decisions. So if you want to get 1 year PGWP, 1 year work permit, then you need to be selecting a course which is at least 8 months or more. That is the minimum requirement for you to be eligible for a 1 year work permit. A course which is only 6 months is not going to get you that work permit. A course which is 10 months is still going to get you 1 year of postgraduate work permit. Now, if you are looking for a 3-year work permit, then for that scenario, you need to be looking into getting a course, either one course which is in the length of 16 to 23 months long, which does not include scheduled breaks, which is the summer break if there is any. Or you can also go for 2 1-year courses, or to simplify, 2 courses which are at least 8 months and more. This way, you can also get a 3-year work permit. That is a bit of more paperwork on your end because you're doing 2 different courses, and then you have to apply for a 3-year work permit, and you have to put those 2 courses together and get your work permit. I personally came here for a 2-year course, which was in reality an 18-month course, which got me the 3-year work permit. Also, one of the most important points to consider is what degree are you getting out of it. To be in the eligible criteria for the postgraduate work permit, you need a degree, a diploma, or a certificate. So there is a bit of confusion over here. What degree? Is it bachelor's or master's? What diploma? Is it diploma or postgraduate diploma? What certificate? Certificate courses are usually not considered as degrees. I also face that confusion. But once you go into detail, once you Google some information, you will understand the degree they are talking about is the master's degree. Secondly, the diploma they are talking about is the postgraduate diploma. Now, you can also go for a normal diploma, but there is a high chance that you might not be eligible for postgraduate work permit because that is just a diploma. Coming to the last point, as I mentioned, one of the most important points to consider is if your college and university is authorized under the DLI list. What the DLI list means, Designated Learning Institute. Canada has a list of colleges and universities under this list. This list is available on their government website. I will of course be putting the link in the description. You can use that link and go over there. Check if the college or university that you selected is in that list or not. what DLI or Designated Learning Institute means, only these colleges and universities can be considered as an eligible course and a college and university for the postgraduate work permit. Any college or university that does not have DLI or is not in the list of DLI is not eligible to get work permit for you. So to make it very clear, no DLI, no postgraduate work permit. Remember that. I would also suggest not to choose a lot of private college options. Most of the private colleges don't have DLI, they are not enlisted in the DLI. And what happens is the private colleges are more lenient and more ready to give you an admission and get you a visa and get you over to Canada. But one big thing they might be omitting is by doing their course, you are not eligible for a postgraduate work permit, which is going to be a big problem if you wanted to stay in Canada. I will be adding 2 more links down in the description. One of the links is about the Designated Learning Institute list. Now you can just click on the link, go on the list and check out what college and universities are under that list, just to be sure that you are aiming for the right university, right college. The second link that I'm going to put down below is for the IRCC page, which is about the postgraduate work permit. So over there in that page, you will see the eligibility criteria, other requirements, process, supporting documents, and everything you need to know about the work permit and the process to get it. If you loved the points I gave you on the educational course selection, then make sure you hit that notification bell, because in the next video, I am going to show you 5 important tips you need to know before you apply for your Canada student visa. Now, if you aren't at the stage of selecting the course and college, if you are still unsure about moving to Canada, make sure to check out my last video, which is my first video, which can help you solidify your decision if you should move to Canada and what you should expect once you move to Canada. See you in the next one. Peace.